Our minds are powerful. They tell us stories all day long. Some stories are true, some lift us up. But what if some are not? What if some stories hold us back? Believing every thought can be a trap. It shapes our world, our reality. Imagine a voice inside. It whispers doubts, it screams fears. This is our inner narrator. Sometimes it's a harsh critic. It tells us we are not enough, not smart enough, not brave enough. We listen, we often believe. This belief becomes our truth, a very heavy truth. But here's a secret, a powerful, life-changing secret. You don't have to believe every thought. Not every story your mind tells is fact. Some are just old tapes playing, echoes of past hurts, fears dressed up as facts. Recognizing this is the first step to freedom. This journey isn't easy. It takes courage. It takes showing up, even when it's scary. But the reward, it's transforming your mindset. It's reclaiming your story. It's living a braver life. Let's explore this together. I remember a time I gave a talk I poured my heart into. Afterward, one comment stung, just one critical comment. My mind latched onto it. It became the only voice. "You failed," it whispered. "You are not good enough." My truth for a moment. That single thought snowballed. It grew bigger, louder. It overshadowed all the good. Years of research felt worthless. My passion felt foolish. I wanted to hide, to never step into an arena again. That's the power of an unchecked thought. It can steal your courage. It can silence your voice. But then, a small voice, a quieter, braver voice, it asked, "Is that true? Is that really true?" Was one comment the whole story? Were there not other voices, other experiences from that day? I had to get curious. I had to question the shaming story. It was hard work. Questioning felt like a rebellion against my own mind. I looked for more data, the kind words, the connections made, the feeling of sharing my work. Slowly, a new story emerged. One comment didn't define me. My worth wasn't up for debate. This was a turning point. Crucial. Our minds love patterns. They seek confirmation. If we think we are failing, our minds will find evidence. Every small setback becomes proof. A "see, I told you so" moment. This creates an echo chamber, a space where only doubt resonates. It feels so real, so true. These misleading thoughts are sneaky. They often wear disguises. Sometimes they sound like protection. Don't try, you might fail. Stay small, stay safe. This isn't protection, it's a cage. It keeps us from growing, from experiencing true connection. It fuels anxiety and stress. Think about daily life. A friend doesn't text back quickly. Thought, "They are mad at me," or "I did something wrong." This creates immediate stress. We might act distant or send anxious follow-up texts, all based on an unverified thought, a story we told ourselves. This internal chatter isn't harmless. It drains our energy, it impacts our relationships, it affects our work, our joy. When misleading thoughts run the show, we live in a state of reaction, constantly bracing for the worst. This is not living fully, it's living in fear. I faced another big one. It was about my work. A project didn't go as planned. Not a disaster, but not perfect. My immediate thought? I am a fraud. Everyone will see I'm not capable. Shame showed up, uninvited. It brought its heavy suitcase, full of old familiar lies. This fraud thought was loud. It wanted to be the headline. It whispered that I should quit, that I should play it safe. Go back to where things felt certain. It told me vulnerability was weakness, that my imperfections were failures. It was a compelling script. One I'd heard many times before, and almost believed again, but I had learned from past arenas. I paused. I took a breath. I asked, what is this really? Is this thought serving me, or is it serving shame? Shame loves to make us small. It thrives in secrecy and judgment. I knew I had to talk about it, shine some light on it. Sharing that fraud feeling was hard. It felt incredibly vulnerable, like exposing a raw nerve. But something amazing happened. Others understood. They had felt it too. The thought lost its power. It wasn't a unique failing of mine. It was a common human experience. Questioning it, sharing it, defanged it. That's the path to resilience. The reality check, simple tools for thought interrogation. So, how do we start? How do we question these thoughts? The first tool is simple. Catch the thought. Become aware of your inner narrator. What stories is it telling you? Especially the uncomfortable ones, the ones that make you feel small. Just notice them, without judgment. Once you catch a thought, pause. Don't let it run wild immediately. Create a little space, a moment between thought and reaction. This pause is powerful. It's where your freedom lies. It's where you reclaim your agency. Take a deep breath. This simple act can interrupt the cycle. It gives you a chance. Tool 2, question its truth. Ask yourself, is this thought 100% true? Can I absolutely know it's true? Often the answer is no. Our thoughts are interpretations, not direct reflections of reality. He thinks I'm incompetent. Is that a fact or a fear? Look for actual evidence, not just feelings. Then ask, how does this thought make me feel? What emotions arise when I believe it? Anxious, sad, angry, ashamed? Notice the impact. Does believing this thought help me? Does it lead to constructive action, or does it just make me suffer? Understanding the consequence of a thought, that is a key step. Stepping into the light, more ways to challenge the shadows. Let's explore another tool. Tool 3, consider alternatives. What else could be true? If that negative thought isn't 100% fact, what are other possible explanations? My friend didn't text back. Instead of they're mad at me, could it be they're busy or their phone battery died? Brainstorm other, less painful stories. This isn't about pretending. It's about expanding your perspective, seeing more than one possibility. Our first thought is often fear-based. It's our brain trying to protect us, but that protection can be misguided. Actively look for other angles, challenge the default negative narrative. It takes practice, but it works. Tool 4, what would I tell a friend? If a dear friend came to you with this exact same thought and this same feeling, what advice would you offer them? Would you tell them the thought is true? Or would you offer compassion? Would you help them see it differently? We are often kinder to others. Extend that kindness to yourself. This question creates distance. It helps us step outside ourselves, to see the thought more objectively. It taps into our own wisdom, our own capacity for empathy. Treat yourself like someone you care about, someone deserving of support. This can shift everything. It can soften the harsh inner critic and build self-compassion. The ripple effect, joy, connection, and courage reclaimed. When we start questioning thoughts, something remarkable happens. It's not just about less stress, though that is a huge gift. It's about what fills that space, the space once occupied by fear or by shame's heavy stories. Suddenly there's room for more joy, more peace. Challenging negative thoughts, it builds our courage muscle. Each time we question a limiting belief, we get a little braver. We become more willing to try, to step into the arena, to be vulnerable, because we know our worth isn't tied to the outcome or to others' opinions or to our fleeting thoughts. Our relationships transform too. When we stop assuming the worst, we approach others with more openness, with more curiosity, less defensiveness. We listen better, we connect deeper. Misunderstandings fueled by wrong thoughts, they lessen, they resolve faster. We can show up as our true selves, authentic and present. This work ripples outward. It affects how we parent, how we lead, how we create. We model self-awareness. We teach resilience by living it. Imagine a world where more people are free from the tyranny of their thoughts, where compassion outweighs criticism. This starts with each of us, one questioned thought at a time. Rewriting our endings, the freedom of a questioned mind. This isn't a one-time fix, it's a practice, a way of being, a commitment to awareness. Some days will be harder. Old thought patterns are stubborn. They will try to creep back in. But now you have tools. You have awareness that changes the game entirely. You're no longer a passive believer. Think of it as rewriting. Not just your thoughts, but the endings to your stories. The story that said, I'm not enough, can be rewritten to, I am learning and growing. The story that said, I will fail, can become, I will try. And that's courage. You hold the pen now. You get to choose the narrative. What a powerful shift. This freedom is not about absence of fear or absence of difficult thoughts. It's about not letting them drive, not letting them define you. Courage isn't fearlessness. It's feeling the fear, the doubt, and still choosing to act, choosing your values, choosing your path. Your thoughts are passengers. You're the driver. A questioned mind is an open mind. It's curious, it's flexible, it's more resilient to setbacks. It sees possibilities, not just problems. This mindset shift is profound. It unlocks potential we never knew we had. The potential to love more deeply, to live more bravely, to contribute more meaningfully. This is the heart of transformation. Conclusion, dare to distrust your doubts. So what is the call here? It's a call to courage, the courage to look within, the courage to question, to challenge what feels true but isn't. Your thoughts are not commands, they are suggestions, invitations. Some lead to light, some to shadow. You get to choose which to accept. This is your power. The journey of transforming your mindset, it's one of the bravest you'll take. It requires vulnerability, honesty, and a whole lot of self-compassion. Remember, you are not alone in this. We all have inner critics. We all wrestle with misleading thoughts. The difference is choosing to engage, choosing to fight for your truth, your wholehearted truth. Dare to distrust your doubts. Dare to question your fears. Dare to believe in your worth, independent of your thoughts. The potential unlocked is immense. It's a life lived more fully, with more authenticity, more connection, less burdened by old scripts, more open to new possibilities. This is not just wishful thinking, this is the work of a lifetime. It is brave work, it is worthy work. Stop believing every thought you think. Start questioning, start choosing. Transform your mindset, transform your life. The world needs more people who are brave enough to do this. Step in, your true story awaits. Dare greatly.